Yo, what's going on, everybody? It should be OY Between the Game Sports back, giving you another great show. But y'all know the drill, man. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and hit that bell button for those notifications. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to discuss the butt kicking that Jackson State just delivered against Alabama A&M. Final score was 62-15. And nobody saw this coming. I mean, absolutely nobody saw this coming. It was just crazy. I streamed it. I watched it. I can't believe it, man. And shout out to the people that's already jumping in here. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to Ghost. What's up, Ghost? Salute, man. Always supporting you in hoop jargon and new media. Shout out to Ghost 007 and Carmela Moody. Salute from Baltimore. What's up, man? I didn't catch you in the last stream, but we're just gonna do a quick recap and everything that happened, man. Jackson State just started this game off with a foot on the pedal, straight gas, and they never let up. Again, it was 62-15. Shedeur Sanders put on a show. I think he was 17 of 24 for 250-plus yards. Jackson State ended up getting a running game going. If you saw the game, you could tell that they corrected some things during the bye week after the Delta State win. And so it's just funny because, like my man Hoop Jordan said, man, life comes at you fast. And the coach for Alabama A&M been talking cash money. He's been talking cash money since April, and it was just, whew. I can't describe it, man. If you watch the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And Jackson State did exactly what I said they need to do when I did the pregame show. On Thursday, talking about if Jackson State's front four can get pressure without having to blitz the whole time, that they will win this game easily, in which they did. Again, 62-15. Shout out to it's your boy Oz, man. Appreciate you dropping in real quick. JSU massacred them boys. Yeah, man. It was like a varsity playing against a freshman team in a scrimmage. That's what it looked like to me. It just Alabama A&M could never figure it out, man. They tried the running game early with their running back, and of course Jackson State came in. Alabama A&M came in with great expectations and having a good running game. They were I think first in the SWAC and leading the rushing, and they just couldn't get it going. And then after that, the defensive line, the linebackers for Jackson State was just pinning their ears back and giving Aqeel Glass headaches all day, and I felt sorry for Alabama A&M offensive line. They were outmatched. They were outplayed on every facet of the game. Even after the fumble recovery in the first series of the game for Alabama A&M, Jackson State, they come away, they get a 3-and-out, and then they get a great kick return, and the young man, I can't think of his name right now, but he's their best offensive weapon outside of Shedeur, the wide receiver. What is his name? Somebody let me know, those who are watching. Appreciate you jumping in. Janet Virginia Thomas said it's on now. Yeah, the game's over with. We watched it earlier. We had fun. We listened to the game. We had fun. We discussed and everything that they needed to do. Carmelo Moody says revenge is best served cold. Great win for Coach Prime. Yeah, great win for Coach Prime and his staff and those young men of Jackson State. They did everything they were supposed to do. And shout out to Coach Prime for taking the high road. And he said that he would. He was basically said that he would let his players do the talking. And that's exactly what happened. A 62-15 beat down. Let's check in on some of these stats. You had, again, I was right. Shedeur Sanders went 17 of 24 for 249 yards, 4 TDs, and a rushing touchdown, which he broke out the Deion primetime Sanders dance, man. That moment got me so hyped, and I was so happy for him and his father. They got a chance to share that moment. So somebody said in the stream earlier, if Shedeur Sanders would have had another touchdown, either passing or rushing, he would have broke Walter Payton's record for touchdowns in a game. Think about that. Walter Payton is one of the best players to ever play in the National Football League, and Shedeur Sanders had a chance to break his all-time record in touchdowns in a single game. And he got pulled in the fourth quarter because the game was out of reach. But truthfully, this game was over before it even started. And Akil Glass could never just get his team going. And from what I see from that kid, he is a NFL quarterback. And I saw Coach Prime mention that. And he made some great throws, but he didn't have a lot of time. And so here it is. I spoke about Jackson State getting a running game off the ground. You had this kid, Mr. Marshall, who had 12 carries for 122 yards at a 10-yard per carry clip. I mean, just pure domination across the board in every facet. Even Shedeur Sanders, he showed me he was a better athlete than I thought. I didn't think he was that fast, but he definitely looked a lot faster than what he did in the FAMU game and in the Tennessee State game. And shout out to Jackson State's offensive line. And I'm pretty sure they were challenged during the bye week. And they came out and played a great game. So, but look at these averages for these guys. Overall, 247 yards of rushing. So, Shedeur Sanders had 249 yards. So they had almost 500 yards of total offense. And Newman is the guy's name. Willie Newman, I believe, is his name. So Willie Newman is an issue. He can be guarded. He's quick off the line. His releases are great, and he runs great routes. And Shedeur Sanders does a great job of throwing these guys open. So I love what I saw from Jackson State today, and I said it in the stream. If Jackson State has this type of offense, nobody in the SWAC is going to beat these guys. I mean, nobody in the SWAC is going to beat these guys. Janet Virginia Thomas says, no, it's on now, meaning we're going all the way. Oh, yeah. Like I'm saying, perfect segue right there. If Jackson State is playing like this, I might as well go and hand them the SWAC championship right now. And I hope the nation is watching. I hope other conferences are watching. I hope people in the SWAC are watching. And I said this in the stream. It's unfortunate, but this is how the game goes. We need as a people, we need Jackson State and Coach Sanders to be successful. Now, whether they win the SWAC championship or not, we need them to be successful because it's going to continue to draw more and more attention to that program, to that conference, to these type of kids. Man, I see y'all trickling in here a little bit here and there. I appreciate you. I know it's late on a Saturday night, but I just wanted to jump in on this topic. And this is a recap of the game. If you missed it, Jackson State destroys Alabama A&M 61-15. So this moves Jackson State to sole ownership of first place in the SWAC East. They're 2-0 conference. Alabama A&M is either 1-2 or 1-1. So that's just it is what it is. And so let me catch up on some of these comments. Carmelo Moody says, "Don't forget Shedeur Sanders is just a freshman. His football IQ is better than most." Yes, and that's what I've been trying to tell folks. And the problem is he gets hated on because of who his father is. And it's unfair. I'm going to say it again. It is completely unfair for this kid to be judged the way he's been judged without people actually using their eyes to watch this kid play. He's very intelligent. He doesn't make very many mistakes. He plays within his game, and he takes what the defense gives him. If there's a crossing route open, he takes it. If there's a deep in or a deep out, he takes it. And he's smart enough to understand if he has a good matchup, which they did today, and he sees that one-on-one matchup, he's smart enough to go for that and believe in his wide receivers to win that matchup. So Jackson State can easily be 5-0. And shout out to Thurman Frank. He says rematch JSU versus ULM. Jackson State should have won that game. If they had this offense that they had today, they easily win that game. So Jackson State could easily be 5-0, and and now the world is really, really watching and paying attention. So, but they're watching and paying attention now. So back to Shedeur Sanders, he should not be receiving this hate that he's getting. The kid is averaging about 230 yards a game with a completion rate of over 70%. So anybody that's a football buff or a college football buff, y'all those go through those stats and find somebody else in the nation that's playing and throwing the ball as good as or as better than Shedeur Sanders. Again, he's a true freshman who is completing over 70% of his passes. If you as a coach or a fan don't understand that, I feel sorry for you because that's very, very impressive. And he's only going to get better. I've said this before. He has not even got his college body yet. He has not reached his grown man body. And he's able to make the NFL throws right now. In 5 games in, he's able to make NFL throws right now. So the future is bright for Jackson State. They demolished Alabama A&M in every facet of the game, from special teams to turnovers. I can try to bring that up. They blitzed at the right time. Coach Sanders called a beautiful game between his offensive coordinator and his defensive coordinator. I believe they have a offensive coordinator now, a new offensive coordinator now. I think his name TC Taylor. He called the plays today, and it showed. It showed in the results of the score and the yardage. So it's just a complete domination. I will get to Alabama A&M in a second, but here's the team stats. So Alabama A&M had 23 first downs, which is great. But look at this third down efficiency for Jackson State, 8 for 10. 8 for 10. So, like I said, they almost had 500 yards, a little bit under 500 yards, 496 total. So, just great. And look at the domination in rushing. Alabama A&M came into this game as the number 1 running team in the conference, in the SWAC. And look at the domination, 247 yards to 8. And I think Jackson State defense maybe had 9 turnovers. 9 sacks. 9 sacks. So it doesn't bode well for Alabama A&M losing the 2 games that they just lost to Grambling State and to Jackson State. Within the last 2 games, they have 8 turnovers. They had 2 fumbles lost today, and they had 6 turnovers against Grambling State last week. And time of possession doesn't really matter when Jackson State is basically scoring at will. So things that need to be corrected for Jackson State, though. The penalties. If you watch the game, the penalties was just crazy. I mean, absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can find that. Penalties. Look at that. Jackson State, 16 penalties for 146 yards. Now, normally, if you have that type of penalties against your team, you don't win those type of games. So this just showed how Jackson State just dominated this game overall. Let's go over to Mr. Akil Glass and Alabama A&M. This kid is a pro quarterback, in my opinion. He was 26 of 40, 293 yards. He just no rushing, right? They had no rushing. But I saw him make some throws where he just dropped the ball in there. And those dudes they didn't have to work hard. I mean, literally fell in the bread basket for his receiver. So he is a very, very good quarterback, as Coach Deion Sanders said. I'm catch up on some of these comments. I'm sorry. Thanks for streaming, GG Gina Bina. No problem, man. It was great. I had fun. I loved it. And I appreciate those who roll with me from the start of the game to the end of the game. And Alabama A&M has a NFL wide receiver too. Let me see if I can find his name. This guy right here, Mr. Ibrahim. I mean, he was big. He was about 6'4", 210, 215. And every time he got the ball thrown his direction, except for one I can remember, which was a bad pass by Akil Glass, he caught it. I mean, I think this kid will be a huge steal. If you follow SWAC football, follow that kid, Mr. Ibram. I don't know his first name, but my goodness, that kid was unbelievable. And so during the stream, I challenged Alabama A&M offensive line. I was not trying to be brutal against them because they're young men and they have to learn and grow. But I did say that they have to challenge themselves. The coaches have to challenge themselves. It was an embarrassment, to say the least. But it was a good embarrassment, I guess you can say, because it showed that Jackson State young men are a little bit more superior to them right now. Doesn't mean Alabama A&M can't get better. It just means that Jackson State's defensive line and defensive players were just a little bit better than them. So I challenge Alabama's A&M offensive line to challenge themselves and take pride in their job, because that's what you're there for. Your job is to protect your quarterback. Your job is to allow your running backs to get, gaping holes so they can run through. So in the last two games, I'm going to challenge those young men to get better and take onus and accountability upon themselves to get better. That's just it. And there's no love lost. There's no hate in this. I just want them to get better and perform better, because that's what you do. You take your lumps sometimes and you get your butt kicked sometimes, just like in a fight. You get your butt kicked sometimes and you dust yourself off and you get back to it. So hopefully those young men can challenge themselves, and then next week, whoever they play, they can take their frustration out on them. But this game was more about Jackson State and their ability to play man-to-man defense, their ability to blitz when they want to, even though they didn't have to blitz. They did blitz, and they blitzed at a beautiful pace. Again, their coach is called a beautiful game. I mean, absolutely beautiful game. Man, I appreciate those who's jumping in here. Man, I see it. Much love. Y'all continue to support this channel. Please hit that thumbs up, like this stream real quick, and then subscribe if you have not. And then once you subscribe, you should see a notification, a bell notification. Hit that bell notification. I see some of you did it from the last go around, so you knew I was live right now. So I appreciate that. That is very much love. We're going to continue to try to grow this thing. Again, this is a recap of the Jackson State versus Alabama A&M game, and it was a pure massacre from the rip. Prime Time has joined in. Congratulations, 833 and the I Love Jackson State University Tigers. So shout out to Jackson State. They performed. They put on a show, a beautiful, beautiful show, and it's rough to watch a beat down. And what was so messed up about it, this was Alabama A&M homecoming. So man, it's nothing like losing your homecoming game, man. It's messed up, man. But that's how it is. That's who they decided to schedule. And I think Coach Prom said it at halftime, something about who were the fools who scheduled us for homecoming or something of that nature. Don't quote me on that, but I think that might be it. Thurman Frank says everyone hit that like button. Man, please do hit that like button. The likes help the YouTube algorithm, and for those who don't understand that, you hit that like button, it brings up this stream and this channel more in the YouTube space. So man, I appreciate that, Thurman. But this butt whooping, let me get on this before I get out here. This butt whooping that Jackson State put on Alabama A&M is because of their coach, Coach Maynard. I don't know his first name, but this started back in April when Alabama A&M went into Jackson State and gave them a L, and then Alabama A&M ended up winning the conference last year. So this butt whooping is from their coach, and here's a clip of him talking. He's talking real reckless. So first, this is the first part of this video is Coach Sanders responding. They got it out of order. I don't know why they got it like that. So I'm gonna play this clip. So this is why the butt whooping happened.
I won't get into that. I understand those guys in its totality. They're trying to make a name for themselves, and you got to take a shot at me to do that. I don't come from the place where you step on another person to make yourself look taller. I don't come from that place. I come from the place of you just do your work, you work your butt off, and God is going to shine the light on who He shines the light on. You just be prepared when that light shines. I don't get into that. I'm pretty good at that, but I don't get into that.
He got assistant coaches. He got NFL coaches. He talked about how good his staff is and how good they are. So I'm sure that he can lean on those guys for advice. You know, so he didn't call me, but, you know, he's the enemy. He's the enemy, you know. I'm not going to give him any advice.
You told him to practice at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, I told him, recruit some more 5-stars. You talking about all the 4 or 5 stars you recruited. You're not the only one to recruit 5 stars and 4 stars. We do too. Let's go. We got guys coming back next year too. Yeah, everybody waiting for next year. Well, we're playing right now. Okay, everybody like their team at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So, you know, it is what it is. You know, so I'm gonna have some different players out there next year too. I'm not gonna play with the exact same team. You know, so let's go. Bring it. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
Hey man, so y'all heard what he said. He was said that in April. All right, so he told him to bring it, and if in the terms of the legendary Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, just bring it. And Jackson State brought it, man. And so shout out to Coach Prime. He hit the nail on the head when he said, "When the light shines, be prepared for when that light shines upon you." So if you asking for that limelight, you better be ready for it, right? It's something my father always taught me. When you asking for that kind of stuff and you want that attention, you better be ready to deliver, right? So, man, and let me stop right here. I got to give this shout out, man. Shout out to this dude, man, DJ Raw Uncut Truth, man. I appreciate you jumping in. He is a YouTube legend. He has a great following, and he speaks nothing but the uncut truth. So if y'all get a chance, man, y'all go over and catch his channel, man. I'm pretty sure he did a recap of this already, and he said, man, note to self, never talk ish to Jackson State. Good stream, my brother, man. Appreciate you jumping in over here real quick, man. Much love, much love. All right, again, man, y'all can hit that thumbs up button if you're on Facebook. Hit the like button and share the show and share the page. If you're on YouTube, thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell button. So this was just a great day if you're a Jackson State fan. And he asked for this butt whooping. He signed his players up for that check, and Jackson State sure enough came in and they cashed it. So shout out to Lady J Smooth and shout out to Mean Season 305. I think Miami's in the building. This coach looking dumb now, eating that whooping. Yeah, man. They gave them everything they asked for, man. Like they said, if you want this issue, I'm gonna go ahead and serve it to you, man. Yeah, man, that's just a funny clip, man. Like my man Hoop Jargon said, man, life comes at you fast. And again, I'm gonna play another clip where he was jabbing at Coach Sanders because Coach Sanders has a boot on after his surgery. So here's another one. He's still giving.
I hurt my ankle getting off the bus the other day. You got an extra scooter for me? If you got an extra scooter, send me one down here. Thank you.
Hey, man, in my opinion, that coach is hilarious. Like I said in my stream, I don't think I would have been able to play for that dude because I was a silly young man. I'd have been laughing at everything he said, man. But, you know, so he signed his kids up for this butt whooping, and they gave them what they want. Jackson State dominated in every facet of the game, as I said. They were able to do whatever they wanted. They even ran a reverse in the first half near the goal line, like 3rd and 2 or something of that nature. And they ran a reverse. That means you're confident in your offense. If you can run a reverse at the goal line early in the game. So shout out to Jackson State. Lady J Smooth says, well done, Coach Prime and the JSU Tigers. You're absolutely well done. And I'm happy for Jackson State. I believe they play Alabama State next weekend. And if you're a Jackson State fan, you are feeling good about yourself. You're feeling good about your chances to win the SWAC and get into the FCS playoffs. So this, I'm gonna be really, really interested to see the press conference on Monday between Alabama and them coach. See what he has to say. Is he gonna humble himself? Because this was an humble butt whooping. And then I'm interested to see what what Coach Sanders says. Is he gonna brag, or is he gonna stay humble? Continue to take the high road like he said. So this was supposed to be Jackson State's biggest competition. So if they did that to them in a 62-15 win, who else in the SWAC can beat these guys? It is not looking bright. Again, Jackson State dominated in every facet of this game. I'll go over to the team stats. Bring that back up before I get out of here, man. I know it's Saturdays, so people need to enjoy themselves. So there it is, right there. There's the game in itself. Alabama A&M only won in first downs and time of possession. Other than that, complete massacre. And I don't think you can say massacre anymore. That's those type of words and that can't be thrown around like that. It's complete beatdown, right? And every part of the game, except for penalties. Jackson State has to clean that up. I will say that they are still dropping some passes, which they need to clean that up. And it is what it is. And Alabama A&M, you really have to go back and take a look at yourself and ask, is this what you really want? Right? Who are we? Are we a team who just won the SWAC in the spring? Or are we a team that's digressing? All right. So they got to go in there and clean up some things. Protecting their quarterback is the first thing, though. So, and that's it, man. I just wanted to jump in on this real quick. That was a quick recap of the beatdown that Jackson State gave Alabama A&M 61-15 earlier today. I will really, really appreciate you guys for dropping in here. And man, I should have put this up earlier, man. Please follow me on all social media platforms at Between the Game Sports. And if you would like to donate to the Cash App, if you would like to donate to the channel, Cash App is Between the Game Sports. Is right there on the bottom ticker. We're going to do another show again soon. We got a couple of great shows coming up this week about the NBA season and who is the top 5 power forwards and centers going into this NBA season. That is coming out Tuesday. So I hope you can come check it in. We're going to do that at 7:40, I think, Tuesday. So if you can, man, please come in and give your comments and thoughts. And please like and share this channel, this stream, subscribe, and all of those good things, man. As I always say when I get ready to leave and get out of here, man, on your best day, be better. Think about it. So I appreciate y'all coming in here. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace. Oh, hold on, one more comment. I hope jargon, man. Yeah, I was going hard today, man. I'm about to get out of here though. So you late to the show. We're about to get out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all night and be easy, be safe out there.